Obviously, draft weekend approaching us here. You know, a couple years ago we had this conversation too, but just how excited are you for this weekend and this opportunity here for this next step in your career?
No, absolutely excited and, ready to get my foot in the door and get going with whatever opportunity I'm given. It's one of those that I've grown from where I was in high school to now both being on the field player and mentally, and just ready to step in, get going, and start with the next step in life.
What have your conversations with teams been like? Just kind of where do they see you maybe coming off the board? If you've had those kind of conversations, who have you talked to, anything like that?
Yeah, there's been a couple teams that have been in contact quite a bit recently, and Reds, Orioles, Rays, Padres, and there's a couple more, but just kind of casual conversation, just trying to keep in touch mainly. But agent says we'll know more on the night of or the night before. So really nobody knows really where they're going except for unless you're the 1-1 overall. So it's kind of just playing by ear and just waiting for your name to get called.
You mentioned the Padres. What would it mean for you to get picked by them? And obviously, knowing that one of your first stops in pro ball would come right here in your hometown.
No, I would love it. Being that my dad played for him, and just being close and being a hometown guy, I would love for them to take me. But whoever wants to pay the paycheck, that's fine with me, and I'll just ride the wave. But no, that's one that I've been hoping for that takes it and goes along with that.
For you, where have you kind of grown over the last few years of your career? Obviously, you started at Mississippi State, you go to Illinois State, and now you're ready here for this next step in your life.
Biggest thing is being able to overcome challenges. I've faced a lot through the years, and many people know what I went through and the truth of what I went through, and just showed that I can overcome that and who the real player is that I am, and just showed scouts and other people that what my real talents are, and that's what they saw in high school, and it just grew from where it was then, with both the mental side and how I am on the field as a player. It's just one of those that I sharpened my talents and showed them that for sure.
And obviously you got to be in that draft league with Garrett. Just what was that experience like for you, and how did you feel like you ultimately could grow through that, and that helped prepare you for kind of seeing what this next step in your career would be like?
No, it was absolutely something that I needed. With pro ball right around the corner, it was ran just like the minor leagues would be. You're traveling 4 hours to one field, and then you're there for 3 days, and then coming back, and having a manager, his Coco Crisp, is one of the nicest things. Is you'd pick his brain, and he's right there next to you and tell you all the things to go, and so it was definitely pro life with the clubhouse. And I mean, as I know he's talked about is on the way home yesterday, that's the best team I've ever played on, both talent wise and how we were in the locker room. We came in, and the first day it was like we all clicked, and it was kind of amazing how that worked. But it was just something that as a player, that's what you need in coming into the program or going into pro ball. That's something you need to experience.
If you're a scout, give Hayden Jones a scouting report right now. What is it that you do well? What is it that you bring to a team that makes a team want to take a flyer on you?
Biggest thing is my defensive side. I control the running game real well and handle pitching staff real well. I'm a good size, and I'm a left-handed hitter. You don't find too many left-handed hitter catchers. And I've showed that I can do the hitting side against the top-of-the-line guys, and have abilities to go to both sides of the field and kind of handle the pressure behind the plate of controlling the whole entire field as you're the leader behind there. So those are the two biggest things that I can hit for power: my arm and my size, and the left-handed hitting.
Where can you still grow and improve as you get ready for, obviously, the pro game?
I think the mental side, that's the toughest thing as a baseball player. That's one thing that, I mean, in high school I didn't really have to worry about because there wasn't too much failure. But as younger kids, I'd stress that the biggest is try to sharpen that, because baseball's a tough game as it is, and it doesn't get any easier. And so you'll go 0 for 10, but it could be the best 0 for 10, it could be the worst. But you just have to be able to overcome that and go out there and compete the next day and have fun. And that's one thing I saw myself is in this draft league is I got to experience that as okay, screw yesterday, we're good to go, and kind of got my feet wet in that area.
For you personally too, I know obviously a couple years ago you didn't get to hear your name called in the draft. Just what would it mean to hear your name called and kind of make this next step in your life and your career official and start your pro journey?
No, it would mean a lot. It'd be all the hard work's paid off and everything, and all the time in the cages with coaches trying to get to this point really just pays off. And you know, I know that I'm ready to go, and I will be able to do it. It's just a matter of who wants to take me and who wants to pay me. That's the biggest thing is at this point is I'm ready to go, and let's do it.